wash your hands, you know? Would you rather your sons you can go with your husband or boyfriend wash your hands in you?
Just you. I don't want to compete with anyone or anything. Responsibility. I have to learn. I must grow balance. One day I will be on my own. I need to know how to develop. S. Solution building. Equip me to solve my problems. You will not always be there. I need to face challenges with confidence. D. Time for you. Help me to leave you alone, to respect your time. Then I can learn to give others space and cherish mine. For strength. Let's come together, meet, discuss, and share. Be a strong family. Strong families make strong communities. Strong communities, strong nations. Vision. Give me insight for my future. Without vision, I will perish. With vision, I will flourish. W. Wisdom of emotion. My feelings are mine. I want to own them, whether boy or girl. Let me not be ashamed to cry and express what's on the inside. X. Relax and go. I have toiled all day. I need work and pay. Y. Youthful. Help me to care for my body and mind, filling it with all physical and nutritious intake.
It's the A to Z of parenting. That's what it's all about. Well, I love you and you love me. Let's work together, honor and respect each other.
Z. Zero tolerance for abuse. Be aware of what is hurting me. Zoom right in. Don't harm me. Let us work together. Let us work together. Let us work together. Sing it's the A to Z of parenting. That's what it's all about. I love you and you love me. Let's work together. On this each other.
Hello, everyone, and sorry. Well, I just wanted to welcome everyone, um, and welcome our guests, our main speaker, Karlin. Before we get started, I would like to ask Sister Linda if she would pray, do the opening prayer for us, please.
Okay. Let us pray. You're supposed to highlight me, you said. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening in humble hearts, asking you to come and intervene in this meeting. Father, bless each and everyone that put this together. Help us, dear Lord, that we will have smooth sailing and no itches. Bless the main provider for this meeting. Father, remember Sister Karlin Rickard. She's the main speaker tonight. I'm asking you to bless her. And when she finishes, we'll be more blessed than we started this evening. Hear our prayers, dear Lord, and answered. And I welcome each and everyone on the platform who are here and who are not here as yet. Please bless them, please guide them and protect them. Continue to bless this foundation, dear Father. You see, it has been a wonderful foundation. I have learned so much since I've been attending it. Lord, I know that you are able, capable, and available to do much more for this foundation. Be with Dr. Gardner this time. Please guide and protect him. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
All right. Are you 5 years old? Out of my room. Man, try to do it and y'all making all that noise. I'm sorry. Jeez. Good evening. Thank you for, can you hear me or am I mute?
We're hearing you, Sister Stacy Ann.
Okay, thank you. All right. Then, the next thing that I would like to welcome everyone. If we're talking tonight about bereavement, and if everyone that is there would like to just put your name in the chat, let us see who's there and where you're from. If you're where your location is and who you are, we're pleased to have you on. We know that bereavement is a part of life. It is something that all of us have to go through and have to process through. So we are very grateful to Reverend Karlin and to Dr. Gordon for giving this area and just a place for us to be able to please bear with me. I'm trying to work through some learning the computer a little more than I did before. So please bear with me. Yes, very issue that everyone deal with at one time or another. So the opportunity for us to get more enlightened and learn more about how to properly or how to better go through bereavement. Reverend Karlin is here, and we are very excited to hear all that she will have to say and impart in us. The next thing I'm going to do is play this next video for you. If everyone would put their information on and let us know where you're from, that would be wonderful. Here we go. Sorry. Share my screen. I'm so sorry, trying to get things to go the way I want it to go. Oh, all right, here we go.
prevention tools and supplies to both Love Has Hands Foundation since 2016. Love Has Hands Foundation, through Dr. Jermaine Gordon's efforts, have been delivering life-saving intervention, trauma and violence prevention tools and supplies to both government and privately owned childcare facilities across Jamaica. We have impacted hundreds of schools, students and staff, many communities and churches. We are one of Jamaica's largest distributors of donated success tools and kits, touching the lives of children, those who serve them, and families in more than 130 communities. The initiative has seen a steady growth in impact and reach over the years. The program is fully positioned and poised to impact homes, schools, communities, churches, and the parents of these children. We hold bi-weekly sessions to empower our parents, regular sessions for teachers, youths, employees, and others. The violent crimes, greed, unforgiveness, gangs, and more are not going away if we do not take action now and do something about it. Violence is more than the slashing and the pulling of a trigger. It is in our conversations and how we relate to each other daily. So join our cause. Do something about crime, corruption, and violence. Help us to start impacting 40,000 preteens each year with our program, designed to activate their genius and to help them to dream a better dream. Or simply help us to feed, clothe them, and give them a better, safer future. Sign up to become one of our monthly donors of 100 US dollars, 50 US dollars, or 25 US dollars. Your contribution makes it possible to continue this desperately needed mission in our nation.
Okay. Are you able to see me? I'm just making sure that you can see me at this time.
Yes, we can.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we would definitely love and appreciate, we love and appreciate everything that Love Has Hands Foundation stand for and everything that it is, the mission that it's out there to do to promote healing and to give hope. So if anyone would like to come on board and you know, help the cause and help forward things, we definitely encourage persons to do so. Hello, Miss Jody from Portland. It's good to see you're on. Thank you for coming on. And Almari, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, from St. Anne. Great to see you're on. I know Elroy is on also, and Jamelia. So we're grateful for everyone that is on right now. And even those who have not identified yourself, we're just grateful that you're on and a part of the change that we're trying to make. So we're going to continue. We're going to introduce Reverend Karlin, but right before we introduce Reverend Karlin, we would like to just do a special treat for her. She's not aware of the treats, but she'll get to be a part of it in 1 minute, as soon as I get this up so we can share and see.
Karlin Rickard has an extensive background in education and community work. She began her career as a qualified science teacher and later went on to lecture in adult literacy, science, and food science. She has been an active community worker, missionary, counselor, and trainer. Karlin designed the innovative parenting program called Empowerment for Parents, a successful parenting program acknowledged by many practitioners as a powerful parenting tool. She has over 20 years experience working with parents as a facilitator, workshop leader, and trainer of trainers. She has worked in the United Kingdom, the USA, Jamaica, Grenada, and Trinidad and Tobago. Amongst her many achievements, Karlin co-founded KJ Academy, a supplementary school in Leighton, London, enabling people to succeed academically when mainstream schools had failed them. She founded and established a nursery and infant school in Jamaica, working holistically with mothers, fathers, and children to develop confidence and self-esteem. She's also the co-founder of PMEC, that's Parenting Media Education Consultancy. In addition to her teaching, facilitating skills, and her entrepreneurial prowess, Karlin Rickard is an author and writer. She has written and published 9 books, among them A Child's Guide to Caribbean Food, The A to Z of Caribbean Foods, The A to Z of Parenting, her autobiography He Speaks, and her most recent book, What Makes Children Fly. As a trained counselor, Karlin once worked as a voluntary counselor within the NHS in the United Kingdom, as well as supporting the Shane Project for MS patients by facilitating their teleclass sessions, and in Jamaica as a director for parenting for the Henipar New Testament Church of God. Currently, Karlin is a member of the National Parenting Place Board in the New Testament Church of God and one of the counselors. Ladies and gentlemen, Karlin Rickard.
And we are so honored to have her on tonight. We are so grateful to Reverend Karlin for taking the time out and for educating us and giving us the tools that we need to do what we need to do for God and to get a greater understanding of what we're going through. So Reverend Karlin, if you could come on and share your wisdom. You have to unmute, Reverend Karlin.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now. And
It's wonderful. I'm honored to be introduced by you, Stacey. You did a great job. I hope you're not going to upset my doctor.
No, I don't think so. I'll leave that to you.
Okay. Folks, it's lovely to be speaking to you again tonight. I'm going to touch on the subject, grieving safely. And I think that subject is so appropriate in this climate of pandemic and all kind of lockdown and all the happenings. It really is appropriate. Because, most time people associate grief with death of somebody physically dying. But grief is associated with everything in life. Could be divorce, could be losing your home, could be failing an exam. You grieve, and the process in grieving is the same way. But people don't recognize that and realize that there's a grieving process going on. Now, in grieving, and there are 5 stages in grieving. Listen carefully. First of all is denial. Secondly is anger. Third is bargaining. Fourth is depression. And fifth is acceptance. Now, I'm going to put it like each one of us goes through this stage at different times, but you must go through all those 5 stages. Let me put it like this, something that came to me. I'm in Patrick City, Jamaica, and I could be going to Kingston. And I got 4 gears in my car. And I've got a particular car, and I'm gonna go through all 4 gears. Dr. Jermaine may have a Rolls Royce. Stacey may have a Mercedes, whatever it is. Now we're gonna go through all those gears, but how quickly we go through this gear depends on the type of car we've got. I hope you understand that. the type of car you have, and the road you're going to drive on. But we're going in the same destination. So I hope that helps you a little bit. So when a person has lost somebody, the first thing is denial. No, they're not dead. It's not true. It's my imagination. They pretend. They won't accept it. And they go through all kind of denying. And then afterwards, depending on the person, it may last for a few days, a few months, however long. And then afterwards, they go through anger. They died because I didn't take them to the doctor. They died, or I've lost because I didn't do what I should have done. Whatever the bereavement is, if it's to do with the death of a person in this case, they died because I didn't give them their medication. So they're angry at themselves. They may be angry at the doctor. The doctor didn't come on time, and therefore it caused the death. You may be angry at somebody else.
Reverend Karlin, you're muted, so we can't hear you. Thank you. That's much better. Oh, no, we can't hear you still.
I don't know what's happening. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
I don't know. At what stage did you lose me?
You were talking about blaming yourself.
So I'm talking about anger, the second stage of the bereavement. Did you hear about the denial?
Yes, we did.
So the anger can come from all different angles. You anger at yourself. You could be angry at somebody else. You can be angry even at the deceased person. They were fed up with life, so they took their own life. Do you understand?
We can't see you. You have to lower the camera a little bit.
How is that?
No, the other. No, the opposite way. We're not seeing you very well. All right. We're seeing you better now.
Okay. So I'm saying anger because of all different reasons. Anger could be anger at themselves, anger at other people, and it could be anger at the deceased person, saying the deceased person wanted to go and therefore they took their own life. Are you getting that? Is that clear?
Yes, it's coming. It's coming in.
So first of all, we talk about denial. The next stage we talk about was anger. And the next thing, they start to bargain. If I do this, this will come back. The person will come back. Or if we grieving the loss of job, if we do that, the opportunity will come back again. If we do grieving the loss of a spouse, if we do this, we can mend the relationship. Do you understand that? Are you following me? I want you to journey with me all the time.
Yes, we're hearing you.
So remember, I talk about denial. I talk about anger. Now I'm talking about you bargaining and hoping that you will put it right. Are you clear on that?
Yeah, very clear.
Are you clear, Stacey Ann?
Yes, ma'am. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
And the next stage now is depression. You bargain, and nothing has changed. So you're feeling depressed. You're feeling sorry for yourself. And you go into a different, you isolate yourself from friends and families. You want to be alone because you're feeling you've lost the game. You've lost the situation that you were toying with. And after a period of depression, then you come to a place of acceptance. That doesn't mean you're not hurting, but you accept that the person has died. You accept that you have lost the job. You accept that the partner's gone. And you start to live again, your new normal. Because the situation has changed and it's changed your life. So now you start to plan for the future. How am I going to live? So in this pandemic, a lot of people have lost loved ones. A lot of people have lost jobs. Have lost their children, have lost the opportunity to take exams. They have lost friends. They've lost having good diets. All these loss. And so when they go through all those stages, they're going to come to a new normal. How am I going to do my education without my best friend not around because they move out of state? How am I going to live on because my grandma has died? How am I going to live on because my father has divorced my mother and has moved on? So there's a new life, a new normal for those individuals. And they're coming to the stage now where they have to live a different life and accept the thing for what it is because it's happened and you can't change it. But life doesn't end there, life still goes on. And you don't want to go into a stage where you want to cause yourself any harm. At some stage, especially when you're at depression, it's important that family watching you and taking care that you don't go and be suicidal. If not, they need some form of counseling and to be looked after carefully. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. And anybody wants to ask me a question? How was that for you, Stacy?
That was good. That was good. Good information. And you are right. I think that one of the things that I realized, I remember one time I lost a job and I was so hurt because I wonder if it's good enough, if you were good enough, if you didn't do well. And it is a mourning process. Okay? So you
Yes.
right. And it really brings it to life what you're saying. It doesn't have to be about death. It has to be about something is missing in your life and how it affects you. So yes, ma'am. And I'm getting it 100%. If there's anyone that has a question that they have that they would like or anything that they would like to say, anybody going through the grieving process and would like to share anything, the floor is open to you. Okay. Karlin, how would on the grieving?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a time limit you think on the grieving process, or
No, it's individual. It's all individual. Everybody is different. It could last for 3 months or 2 months, and it could last for 3 years, and it could last for a lifetime. But you still go on and move on. You go through the process because of who you are as individuals.
okay? I have a question for you, Reverend Karlin. So I have a friend, and she lost a baby at birth, and every year when it comes to the time, it really hurts her, and she gets very sad. Um, at first, I didn't think that was normal because she had another child after that, and that child is now 15. But every year, the same pain she goes through. Is is that grieving healthy? Is that just a way like
Are you asking if that grieving is healthy?
definitely.
I believe that that person needs some counseling. You see, let me put it like that. You could cut your leg, and every minute it heals and it breaks out again and it heals. But it's a point where you need to go to your doctor and make sure you remove whatever down there that causing the hurt. So once somebody listens to you and help you to go through and affirm you that you can go through that process safely, then eventually they will move on. So there's some stage when things are happening and it's getting so painful, one needs a counselor for some direction.
Thank
Because
you.
you're wearing yourself all the time and you're trying to manage it by yourself all the time. And it's happening over and over. So then you need professional help.
Thank you. That sounds like some great advice. Does anyone else have any questions? If not, I have another. Okay. Another question that I have is if someone has a um, has someone that they were dating and they broke up and they're months go by and they're still you know pining over the relationship and is there you would think over time the person would move on and it would be left.
I, I, I I mean, but in India says you say time heals. But sometimes to help, you need this counseling. I was forever emphasizing counseling. So that counselor can help that person to work out how to move on. You always need a helping hand. But initially that person get the opportunity to do it from themselves. If they can't do it, then they need professional help. That's why we are around as counselor. If everybody could do it by themselves, why would we need a counselor?
Okay, thank you.
That's why you need, if every patient, every sick person could heal themselves like I tried to do with my ganja tea, do laugh. And why would you need a doctor? Because you try home remedy, be it aloe vera, whatever it is, and then afterwards you might need to, you might be taking it too concentrated, you may take it inappropriately, same home remedy, but you need a professional who knows the herbs and help you to do it properly. We all need help.
Yes, ma'am. Good sound.
Nobody is an island, and nobody is what you call it, an authority on everything or anything. We need help to make the journey. Even in the going through the cycle, where they need to have somebody around, family member who allow them to cry and don't be say, hush, hush, hush. No, you don't do that. Let them cry, because the moment you say hush hush, you're talking about the grieving of the person. Now when I think about it, you might say never mind, you might have another baby or whatever it is, and you say you're giving advice. No, you should allow that person to cry and go through the process. But I'm sure people intervene and said never mind, you'll be okay, whatever it is. No advice. And even that, it means that you as a friend or other people are actually affecting that grieving mother. She has to work it out for herself, and you just have to be there. Unless she isolates herself, you need to be there. And it's hard because for you, and she keeps saying, and she talks about it, and she goes on about it, and you're fed up with it. It's a hard thing for you who are listening, but this is what you have to do: be a listener. Eye contact, smile nicely, nod, and sometimes paraphrase to say, and you mean that you had this pain when you had the first child? So what you're saying to him, I am listening. She knows that you're listening and you hear what she's saying, and you're not criticizing her and you're not condemning her, but you're listening. Does that help?
Oh yes, that's some good sound advice. Thank you. I definitely know what not to say, and how to better address the situation. So thank you. We have Andrea Bogle who has her hand raised. Andrea, do you have a question for Reverend Karlin? If you would like to unmute yourself, Andrea, and ask your question, if you intended to ask a question. All right, I'm not sure if Andrea had a question. She might have just had her hands raised accidentally. Um, but if anyone else has a question for Reverend Carlene, you can go ahead and ask it. Um, my question to you: when someone dies a sudden death, I can only imagine how the family would cope with that feeling or that grieving.
Listen,
Yes, ma'am.
she says she cannot unmute the host, have to unmute her.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yes, because I was trying to unmute. Sorry about that. Good night, Reverend Carlene. Good night. Good night.
Good
Or it's
night. Good
evening.
night.
Or it's
Good
evening,
night,
Lord.
everyone. Love you
Yes,
all. And
yes.
do write to us, send an email. We want to hear from you.
Okay.
And be happy.
Okay, Reverend Carlene.
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, I know this process, but a few children have gone through, and what I find, it's like the parents sometime or the adults don't understand that although they're young, they grieve also. Is there
Yes,
any,
everybody grieves. It's a
or
normal
how can
emotional
we,
process.
what tips can we give in terms of the adults, in terms of children who, because sometimes they feel that they don't
Well,
understand? How
what we
can
have
we
to
help
do
these
is to
children?
we have to educate the parents. We also have to tell the children that what they're doing is normal. I work with so many young children in England, and I educate the parents and help them to talk to the parents of how they're feeling and help the parents to try and understand. So it's all about education, education, education.
Okay, thank. But Reverend Carlin, is there any little tip that the parent, like you can say, allow the child to cry, because in Jamaica sometimes.
Allow them to cry and don't hush them. You can hug them and tell them how much you love them and you care for them, and tell them that it's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. Give them permission to go through the process and tell them you're not disappointed in them and you're not angry at them.
Okay, thank you, Reverend Carly, because sometimes the parents, they themselves don't understand. So
A lot
thank
of the
you.
times the parents don't understand. I've done so many, with the hospital where the parents, the children are distraught and the parents don't know what to do.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much, Andrea, for your question. And thank you, Reverend Carlin, for giving us giving the answers um, and the advice. If there's anyone else that has any other questions to ask, Reverend Carlin, is there any advice that you would have for?
I am not hearing.
Can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Linda, she said, I'm in total agreement with allowing the children to cry.
Yes. You see, the crying, a whole biochemical, everything you do is a chemical reaction in your body. You produce toxic chemicals and all sorts. When you release certain things, like you release urine is a combination of carbon dioxide that you get from breaking down food and water and from the protein, and it's waste material, it's chemical. If that's in your body, it will have detrimental effect on your organs. So when you're grieving and all the rest of it, by taking care of having tears and everything, You're releasing things from your body that you don't want inside. That's what people don't understand, you know. When you don't go to toilet and all the rest of it, you're causing biological warfare, if you like, in your body. That could be lethal.
And that is so true. We definitely don't want to cause our body any harm or cause our children any harm.
Mm.
And would you say that children are greatly impacted, or they know more than we think they do when it comes to death?
Of course, it depends on the child, it depends on the background. Some children will do, some children won't. Depends how they were brought up, what kind of community they live in, and what kind of relationship do they have with the parents. And of course, you've got the media. And some of these children are so smart and they get into the internet and there's research. Some of them speak to people on the internet. You understand? So it varies very much. Did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate all that you have brought.
It's my pleasure. I hope you got something out of it.
We did. I mean, me personally, you know, I'm the kind of person that always want to help, and sometimes what I really, one of the things I'll take is it's better to listen than try to fix it, because sometimes
Yes.
you need to be a listening ear.
Yes, we mustn't believe that we can fix things. We just have to be there when somebody's fixing it and make sure that they're safe. But people can fix themselves, but they need to be safe. Because as I said, if they're in a depression stage that they have to go through and they feel like killing themselves or take poison and things like that, you have to be around and dissuade them from doing that. And by listening to them and valuing them, saying that I love you, you're precious, you're wonderful. Don't tell them not to cry, not to grieve. Just say, I love you, you're so sweet, you're so nice, and all kinds of nice and positive, and make sure have something to eat, have something to drink. Drink with me, let us eat some of our favorite food together, or whatever. All right?
Yes,
Did you
Reverend,
hear all of that?
we did. Thank you so much for all that you have said. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate learning the tools, and you know, it will help us in our, to be what we need to be for those that are mourning, and even our own mourning that we go through.
Yes, and remember, as I said, mourning is not just pertaining to physical death of a person, death of a relationship, death of a job, death of a career. Please, that's important to remember.
Yes, ma'am. Um, and,
Okay?
yes, ma'am. Andrea, do you have anything else?
Yes, a quick question for Reverend Carlin. When you mention depression, because if the children too go through the stages, what are the signs? Because do they get depressed in terms of their depression? Is it just like oh the adults would not
Yeah,
want to eat and
they cry a lot, like adults do. They don't want to eat, they want to hide away. Just the same kind of depression is depression, regardless of whether you're a child or an adult. So you look for that sign. They don't want to mix with nobody. They don't want to talk, and all those phases of and that people go through when you're depressed. You encourage them to eat, to talk, to laugh, play games, or whatever it is.
okay. Okay, thank you, Reverend Carlin.
Okay.
And thank you, Andrea, for the question. I'm learning a lot too. Didn't realize that children go through that same stuff, but that's amazing. It's good when we are able to get all this information to help us. Now, if there are no other questions, I'm going to give everyone one more opportunity for the questions. Because if there are no more, then the next person that we're going to hear from will be Miss McLean from the fun with a fundraising presentation. So, Ms. McLean, if you are available and ready, um, we are ready for you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jody Ann Richards, and I'm the assistant chairperson for the fundraising committee. So I'll be speaking on behalf of the team. How's everyone doing?
We're blessed, feeling happy, alive and well.
Awesome. All right, so I am here to share a little bit of information from the fundraising committee. We have launched our very first fundraiser titled Let's Make It Happen. Now, you see me brandishing my pullover sweater. We're asking all person online to click on that link that I just shared in the chat and let's make it happen. We are selling t-shirts in various styles, color, and sizes. We also have the pullover for the persons who are currently in the cold area. Also, Jamaicans can buy it because Jamaica experiences cool temperatures also depending on where you're located. We crave your support and we ask that you spread the news for us. Everyone, send it to everyone in your contact. Ask them to just click on that link and just start browsing. We're in the era of online shopping now, so it's very easy for us to purchase anything that we need, just a click of the finger. Our target is to sell 500 units, 500 shirts, starting today, and this timeline goes up until December 31st, 2021. We also have another venture that we are trying to get off the ground. It's called Giving Tuesday. I'm not sure how many persons are familiar with Giving Tuesday, but it's a way of raising funds that is usually coincide with the Thanksgiving period. And we didn't start always at that time, but we're working very hard with the team so that we can, get the word out, get our flyers out, whatever, our emails to companies, so that we can get our fundraising starting. We have different levels of fundraise of our target that we'd like for persons to donate from. We have $25 US, $100 US, even up to $1,000 US if it's for big companies who are willing to donate for the worthy cause. We have that level that we can ask them to donate. But however, if you don't have $100, if it's a $10 that you have, we will take it. Ever mickle, make a muckle. Whatever you have to support the Love Has Hand Foundation to let's make it happen, we would appreciate it. Okay, so go to your chat, click on that link right away, and let's make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jody Ann. We really appreciate all that you're doing. And, as you said, love does have hands. And these are the hands that this agent, this committee and this place, it reaches further than just one or two. So as we support, there's also a mailing list that I would like to put up that you guys can join. Let me get it up on the screen so that you can see it. If you go on the website, you should be able to see loveashandsfoundation.org. And I just shared my screen. She talked about the Giving Tuesday, I'm sorry. And you can get on board, get on the mailing list, and help out in whichever way God is leading you to help out. And thank you for being patient with me as I try to get this flowing. So also, I think next, I'm trying to pull up. We have the closing remarks, and that's from me. I am very privileged to be on the Skit and Drama Ministry Committee of Love as Hands Foundation. It is doing great things, going into different children's homes and schools and outreach to try to bring the love of God and, meet the needs. And I think that the fact that you can learn about bereavement and how to better take care of your children and handle grief. It's amazing that there is such an organization that can reach so many. So I would definitely encourage everyone to get on board and to help to bring about the change. And so at this time, we will be closing out, and I will play you a video that Dr. Jermaine would like you to see. So hope you enjoy it.